Hey YouTube, Jefferson here with a quick explanation. What you're about to see is the pilot episode for a new show here on IOD-TV. You may recall that a few months ago I floated the idea of expanding this into a channel for both writers and readers. Well, after months of thinking and planning, this is the result. The problem, however, is that I needed a pilot episode to show to other authors as a proof of concept to get them interested. But the show is based on working with their characters, which I wouldn't have permission to do until after they'd agreed to participate. It was a real chicken and egg situation. The only way to get around it was to make the pilot episode using one of my own books. I know, nepotism, right? Well, the plan for the rest of the series is to feature the work of other authors, indie books that we've discovered through the ImmerseOrDie report that we think deserve a lot more attention than they're getting, and that's what we're going to do. Fortunately, the pilot appears to be doing its job. On the basis of this example, I've lined up a bunch more episodes which are already in production and are going to be even more fun than this one because I don't have to do them entirely on my own, lurking in this secret cave. All that's left is to show it to you guys and see what you think. So check it out and then stick around at the end and I'll pop back in with a few follow-up questions. Take it away, Randall. Bye.
Recorded in front of a live animated audience. It's there and back again. Not sure where to spend your next virtual vacation? Well, that's about to change, because here he comes now, the host who can flip into any book and take you along with him on an all-access tour. Let's give it up for Gilbert Gormley!
Everybody take a seat. We don't have much time, so we gotta get started. We've got an exciting destination lined up today, folks. But before we get into all that, let's take a moment to respond to viewer mail. Question number 1. At KennyBear217 tweets, "Love the show. Who does Gilbert's hair?" Well, Kenny Bear, I won't let just any clipper jockey near these fabulous locks. That's why I only trust the good folks at Flatter Image. Why pimp yourself when you can flatter yourself? Question 2. On Facebook, Amanda Tanda asks, "I'm a character in a cool indie book. Will you interview me on your show and make my writer rich? She says if she doesn't start making money soon, she'll never write the sequel." Good question, Amanda Tanda. No promises. But have your author submit the sad tale of your life to the ImmerseOrDie report. Click here for details. If that sniff test goes well, we'll give your story a full read. And if you knock our socks off all the way to the end of that, you betcha, you'll get scheduled to appear right here with me. Everyone has a fair shot. But between you and me, girlfriend, if your writer spells the way you do, I'd start looking for work. And lastly, question number 3 comes from Irenia Androchenkov of Romania, who sent this email. "Dear Gilbert Mister, I am lonely college hottie seeking Americaner man toy. Very like to webcam for please you time. Much cheap, winky face." Wow, Irenia, you sound like a charming girl. But honey, I'm two-dimensional. You couldn't handle the paper cuts. And that's it for email. But as you can see, folks, we're kind of scraping the barrel for viewer feedback, so feel free to comment on what you see here or send us a tweet. We'd love to feature you and your quirky questions on an upcoming show. And now that that's over with, let's get to the reason we're all here. Randall, tell us about today's fabulous destination.
Gilbert, today you and your audience will be diving into the Mythilian Forest, the secret magical world of strange places. It's the tale of a young girl who gets fed up with her crappy life and thoroughly kicks its ass. Created by Jefferson Smith.
Ooh, tell me more. What's her name and what's her story?
Her name is Tayna. For 10 years, she lived as a kitchen slave serving the nuns who run a cruel orphanage. But that all changed when a stranger arrived and told her that she isn't an orphan at all. Her parents are still very much alive, only they're trapped in a world of magic. So now it's up to her to rescue them. All she has to do is escape her nunnish prison, find her way into their secret world, and go get 'em.
Oh my God! Now that sounds like an exciting destination. So, shall we check this place out? Then let's do it! Follow me! Well, hey there! You must be Tayna. Welcome to There and Back Again. We're glad you could join us.
The last guy who said that was the crazy hobo who lured me over here and then abandoned me.
Okay. Well, I may be crazy, but I do have a home, so maybe this will work out better for you. As you know, most book shows zero in on the plot, and that's definitely a big part of any adventure vacation, but we like to focus more on the world behind the stories. How does it feel to be there? What kinds of things can a visitor expect to see or experience that might be different from their normal, boring day?
Oh boy, where do I even start?
Well, to make it a little easier and more fun, we've come up with a list of 10 topics about story worlds, and in a minute, you're going to pick 3. Then we'll start the clock and give you that much time to tell us something about each of those aspects of the Mythilian forest. Got it?
Sure, I guess. So what do I do?
Just pull that handle above your head.
Like this?
Perfect. Okay, you've got people or group, object, and energy systems. Ready? Give me 120 seconds on the clock and go.
Wait, what? Just 2 minutes? And I don't get to read the list and pick topics for myself?
Nope. And you better hurry. You're already down 10 seconds.
Oh, jeez. Well, okay. People or group is easy. That's gotta be the Sons of Kidjamon. They're djinns, real big, dressed in leather. Think linebackers in lederhosen. Dark skin, big laugh. Most djinn are pretty happy, fun-loving people, but these 3 are something else. Like if the Marx Brothers were a wrestling team or something.
You're off to a great start. That counts as your person or group.
Oh, and they're driving a hearse.
A hearse? You mean like a station wagon for dead people?
Well, sure, if cars could fly maybe, but close enough. And that'll be my object, the Wagon of Tears. It's actually a big hovering sled made of granite and silver. These djinn brothers are leading it through the forest, collecting the bodies of the recently dead and transporting them down to the Nomaleshi capital for processing.
A flying magic garbage truck for corpses? That is definitely an interesting object. That just leaves you with energy systems.
Well, that's the most interesting part of all. There are 3 kinds of people here. The Wasketchan, like you and me, who draw their magic from living things. The djinn, who get their power from unliving things like rock and metal. And then there are the Nomaleshi. They get theirs from dead things, including dead people. But no matter where somebody gets their magic from, once they use it, it gets transformed into something only somebody else can use.
Wow! It sounds like some kind of closed ecological loop, like the water and rain cycle, but for magic. Fascinating stuff. And a slam dunk for energy systems. Congratulations, you got all 3. You really do know your world. Say, is that your friends over there?
Yeah, that's them. And look at them go. They're in a real hurry today.
Oh?
Yeah, on top of the usual load of farmers and underwear weavers, this time they've got a pair of dead kings in the wagon, too.
Kings? Plural?
Yeah, and if they don't get them to the gnomes on time, there's gonna be a war.
A war? But why would you... Uh-oh, time's up. Here comes recall. Bye. Ow! Will somebody please get that thing fixed? Oh, and we're back. Saved by the klaxon, and not a moment too soon. We were just seconds away from spoiler territory, but that's all the time we have. All that remains is for me to thank this week's guest, Tayna. If you enjoyed our little visit and want to spend more time with her and her funeral magic friends, I'll leave a link in the notes below. Book your vacation in the Mythilian forest today. But wherever your travels take you, I hope we'll see you back here next time, when we'll be jumping there and back again to discover another fabulous destination. Until then, I'm Gilbert Gormley. And remember, you may not live in a world of adventure, but with a million destinations in the Storyverse, you can always vacation in one. Good night!
So, what did you think? Does this look like a fun way to find new books? If so, give us a like so we know you're out there. And maybe ask a few friends what they think too. The more feedback we get now while things are still being shaped, the better the show will be. But as I said earlier, the point of this show is to create a community. And for that to really happen, we need more than just an audience. We also need feedback. So jump into the comments or shoot us a tweet. Tell us what you think. Laugh at our mistakes, disagree with our opinions, make suggestions about how the show could be better, or even just give us something quirky we can use in viewer mail. Let's make this our show. And finally, ignore this particular episode. But in the future, if we visit a world that intrigues you, please consider downloading the free preview and giving the book a try. Then come back here and tell us what you thought. It's as much a book club as it is a book show. And a book club without discussion is more of a prison sentence than a social group. So get involved. And who knows, maybe I'll be impersonating you in an upcoming section of viewer mail.